immobile for several minutes.
A terrorist is someone that doesn't want to go to the camp.
To subdue and handcuff that individual. EMD technology is designed
what a
to
wimp culture that they think we would accept this
without causing permanent
how pathetic
injury, which means these criminals will survive and go to trial.
Oh,
the bracelet would only be armed by someone on board upon confirmation that a takeover situation exists. To a businessman on his way home to be reunited with his family, or to a young family going south for a winter holiday, wearing an EMD safety bracelet for a few hours during a flight is a small inconvenience to ensure their safe arrival. We feel if given the choice between taking a flight employing
I wonder when Ted Bundy used to strap young women down before torturing them
and taking a flight without the additional
I wonder if he called it safety bracelets.
If not most passengers would happily opt for the extra security of the EMD safety bracelet.
The last line of defense. Well, there you go as we break down that incredible propaganda. This is what they think of you. This is how enslaved they think you are. This is how dumb they think you are. I'd like to hear from all of you out there on this subject. When we go to your phone calls, the toll-free number to join us is 800-259-9231, 800-259-9231. And it's wide open phones for anybody that wants to call in. But I'd like to talk about Obamacare now that it's setting in. You know, how do you like it now? We have that song. I forget who does it, but it's in the bumper music. How you like me now? Oh, how you like me now? Yeah, the heavy. Maybe we should come back with, how you like me now? I got it, and I'm super bad. So we'll also get into what's happening with the stock market, what's happening in eastern Ukraine, some of the articles up on Infowars.com. Russia says U.S. mercenaries in eastern Ukraine. Marriott confirmed special event taking place on Bilderberg weekend. So we think we've confirmed where it's at. That's up on Infowars.com. A big story I'll get to at the bottom of the next hour after I take calls. Red Dawn supporters rally to defend family facing showdown with feds. They're not feds. They're mercenaries of the globalists who have out west over 80% of the land is federal. It's over 80+%. Like 87, 88 in Nevada. The rest of it's basically state. But everybody had, quote, grazing rights. This guy's goes back to 1870s, and it's on. They've got snipers, armored vehicles. They want them. They've trained. Anybody wearing a cowboy hat and a work shirt is the enemy. I've been to the urban warfare drills. I've made the films. I've showed you the films. Police State 2000, Police State 2 the Takeover, Police State 3 Total Enslavement. You've heard the military call in. They train to take on a bunch of guys wearing cowboy hats and John Deere hats. That's the terrorist. They're going to take everything under Gen 21. From Africa to Asia to Latin America, they're kicking people off their land as there as well. You know, over the last 30 years, they kicked off almost all the Mexicans in southern Mexico off their land and drove them up to Mexico City. That's why Mexico City doubled in size as a staging ground of the maquiladoras on the border with El Norte. Same thing's going to be done here. It's forced relocation by economic proxy and by regulatory zoning. China did this in the Great Leap Forward, the Cultural Revolution. Look it up. 200 agents arming in a military compound, armored vehicles, drones, you name it, building up for one ranching family who's grandfathered under common law and court cases to be able to run their cattle. They claim the cattle might hurt an endangered tortoise. They've always got an excuse. That's what this is all about, ladies and gentlemen, setting the precedent. Briefly, my friends, I, as you know, have allergies because of cedar fever that's famous in Austin, Texas, the capital of allergies. And with the products at InfoWarsLife.com, Dr. Grip developed lung cleanse for us that's got a combination of organic oils, essential oils. Just go read the incredible list of these and what it does for my lungs. And when I've got a tired larynx from talking all the time is simply miraculous. I take Lung Shield every day, and your purchase funds the operation. InfoWarsLife.com has a convenient spray bottle, 3 sprays in the mouth, then breathe in. Don't breathe in while you spray. 3 sprays in the mouth, then breathe in. And it is simply phenomenal. Try the lung cleanse, basically chemtrail detox for yourself. And I do not think you're going to be disappointed. Just like with the Survival Shield proprietary, one-of-a-kind Nation iodine, and all the things it's done for my glands, my body, my skin, my energy. I work more and stay up later than I ever have. And I look better. And just incrementally, if I was taking care of myself, I would look like I did 15 years ago. It is simply phenomenal. But incrementally, you can see the effect. I mean, it's really happening. And it is the InfoWars Life family of products. It's the Survival Shield. It's the Fluoride Shield. It's the Lung Cleanse. It's the Silver Bullet. And, of course, it is the Super Male Vitality. And you can still get 15% off of Super Male Vitality at InfoWarsLife.com. And your purchase makes this transmission possible. Everyone I know that takes it. I gave some to my personal trainer, and I said, I want your honest response. He said, well, it's incredible. As you can see, I'm getting bigger, even though he's a power lifter that tries to stay skinny, totally natural. And he said, the problem is if I take it up to 3 o'clock, I can't sleep. So, I mean, the effect is these herbs aren't a joke. Super concentrated, organic, InfoWarsLife.com, or call toll-free 888-253-3139. And thank you for your support funding this news operation. This over earlier in the new X-Men movie coming out. They describe it online. They wear inhibitor collars so their mutant powers can't come out. And they're told to show up and register with the government, and then they put the collars on them. So you see this in all the Hollywood movies. I haven't seen Captain America yet, but I intend to. I mean, I hear it's all about false flags and government staging terror attacks as a pretext to take over society. And again, I see that as positive. People say that's predictive programming in the movies. Maybe the higher level technocrats are letting these movies come out because they rationalize it and say it's predictive programming. But I happen to know some of the producers of some of these big films. They're putting this out because they're against what's going on in society. But the technocrats could be right. Maybe it does just acclimate us. I don't know. It's a sophisticated question. Again, we're going to get into what in the world's happening with the NASDAQ and so much in the next hour, and this new standoff going on out in Nevada. Stocks are tumbling right now. We're going to give you all those numbers. If I go to CNBC for me, I want to see those current numbers on that. But right now, let's go to Chris in New York. Chris, are you an extremist? You don't want to wear a shock bracelet when you fly to prove you're not a terrorist? I mean, aren't you slave until proven slave? Aren't you guilty until proven guilty? I mean, in America, don't you wear taser bracelets? I mean, North Korea, if they could afford them, would do that too. Why not?
Well, Alex, I just want to say that I do believe it does acclimate and is predictive programming. Then again, the producers might be trying to warn you if, with the power grab that the police has, abusing their powers, people need to see just the first minute of the movie The Running Man, where they have that red screen with white letters. I mean, we're living that almost right now.
I know. Jumbotron saying, remember, kids, October is bonus recruitment month. Report a family member and receive a double bonus. They actually teach in schools nationwide with little credit cards, tattle on your family and get the highest bonus.
Well, another thing. The EMD technology ad that you just ran speaks about bringing the suspect to trial with the Patriot Act and the NDAA Act. Basically, nobody goes to trial. What trial are they talking about?
No, I know. And then it's like, oh, we are secretly spying on our political enemies and the Associated Press and Fox News and Alex Jones and Matt Drudge and everybody else. And, you know, the TSA has dossiers on us because we dare criticize them. These people are flaming authoritarian nobodies who couldn't run a business, couldn't get a normal job. They just create government jobs and make themselves God. And then they work for the criminal banks and offshore corporations that launder the money and run the aircraft, all of it. The rendition, everything. It is a pack of crooks. When we come back, I'm going to play a clip from The Running Man and actually read. You just said the red on white screen. We're going to come back in the next hour and cover that because it does describe what America's become. Stay with us.
Thank you for listening.
Follow us on Twitter at Real Alex Jones. It's important. I got to Twitter late, folks. Our Twitter's not very big. I want to get it up to 1 million.
A chemical spill contaminating the water supply in 9 West Virginia counties.
This year alone, over 300,000 people in West Virginia had their drinking water contaminated.
What are the health effects of having these drugs in our drinking water?
It's forced medical treatment without the consent of residents.
My friends, water filtration is one of the most basic actions you can take to protect you and your family from the harmful toxins and heavy metals in your tap water.
On average, the county says it sprays with the glyphosate at least once a week.
Few filters cut out the glyphosates that is found in water supplies worldwide. Remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, hydrofluorosilicic acid, sodium hexafluorosilicate.
Fluoride is in tea, it's in coffee, it's in water, it's in bread, it's in toothpaste.
It is our responsibility to protect our families. The establishment's not going to do it. It's time to take action. It's time to filter our water. For a limited time, use the promo code WATER15 and get 15% off on all ProPure systems at InfoWarsStore.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.